Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back. You're here at the Fox Den with Pater Voss, the Papa Fox, and we're going to continue playing Pillars of Eternity by Obsidian Entertainment. When we last left off, we had cleared through the Wailing Banshee, and we had cleared through the Salty Mast. We'd gone back to First Fires to talk about some things. So it's been a little while since I've recorded last on this, so let's see what we have to do in our quests log. At all costs, deliver the package to Gareth in Copper Lane, which we should do. Okay, good. Let's see, we are not going to do this because we want to get on the good side of the Archivist. Voice from the past. We need to go back to Copper Lane. We also explained that Helig was a vile and dangerous man. I could continue helping Helig, or I could return to the catacombs and finish what Mordred started. Let's see. I think we are going to return back to the catacombs and deal with Helig. Let's see what we can do with that. The Long Hunt, new, Master Below, Trials of Endurance, Fragments of a Scattered Faith. Okay, so basically we need to go back to Copper Lane, is what we're hearing.
Sure.
Sure, yeah, okay, cool.
Hey, well. Pig! Hey, Pig! Woo-hoo, Pig! Look at him with his little tail.
Oh, that's a little piggy, oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, looks like Ader just loves animals. I do too. I am a crazy cat dad. I am. I'm not afraid to admit it. I live with 4 of the little buggers, and I would not have it any other way. I am a cat person through and through. I do at some point would like to have a fox, but that's a terribly difficult proposition to get handled. There's a lot more things to consider than cats. Cats are very, they can be low maintenance. Ours can be a little bit higher maintenance, and that's probably something I'll get into a little bit later. So, how are you all doing? I am doing absolutely wonderfully. I just got done making some popcorn for my wife. She started her one of her later schedules, so there is that. So it was kind of nice. I gave her a little bit of a nice snack when she got home and whatnot. I use a little bit of olive oil, some Kerrygold butter. For the base, and then I throw in the original Orville Redenbacher kernels, and then you just set it to pop, and then when it's done, you add in, you put it all into a bowl, and then you add in a bunch of Trader Joe's nutritional yeast, although I assume that any yeast will do. And then you toss in a little bit more Kerrygold butter, and maybe a little bit salt if you need. And then you just munch away, and it is amazing. And I make some pretty good popcorn, if I do say so myself, and I do.
I'll take a look.
Okay, I know there were some traps that we left here last time because we couldn't exactly get past. So let's see what we can do. Oh, right, yeah, it'll show you where the traps are. Okay, so we don't need to do that. So, this will be interesting. Let's go see what we can do. Helig of Thane. Did you find my grimoire? Mordred told me about your experiments. I can't let your research continue. Helig lets out a bubbling hiss of frustration. You sound just like him. No ambition. Stuck on his pet project and his self-righteous sense of ethics. If it were left to people like Mordred, animancy would be little more than sorting within pottery. We'd be as stuck in time as those hut dwellers. He gestures at the table in front of him. Everyone wants immortality, but nobody wants to know what it costs. I don't really, okay, he says that. I'm not at all searching for immortality. I would like to live longer. I would like to not die before my time is up and everything, but it's interesting how people like him always assume that everybody wants the same thing, and not everybody does. A tremor passes through him. He clutches his stomach. Ghosts, indeed. There's a purpose yet that you can serve. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go and do this. Okay. You are going to go ahead and get him. Everybody else. Let's see. Okay. Shoot. Shoot her! And you are going to... Oh. You are going to mark this guy as prey. Okay. Go. Let's go ahead and launch that. Oh, hey, we already dealt with him. Wow, that was quick. I was expecting that to take a little longer. Holy moly.
Show him how it's done!
Well, Itumask is holding his own too. Wow. There we go. Okay, let's go back in here. And what do we got? A Soulward Amulet of Will +5, Fine Robe, Helig's Grimoire, and a Fine Scepter. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, Fireball, Ray of Fire. We'll take it. A soul prowls within the bloodstone like a caged Stelgar. It's filled with a fierce, restless energy. Who are you? You see an image in your mind of a woman in heavy leather armor, bearing twin daggers. Next to her is a man, young and handsome, who calls her Rona. The vision shifts to a wind-swept plain next to a lake. 50 men and women in matching leathers lay dead, their bodies contorted and deformed by some sinister sorcery. Rona falls among them, her body collapsing next to the young man you saw earlier. She's too weak to speak, but the name Dalton appears in your mind. A lone figure strides across the battlefield, barely bothering to step over the corpses. His eyes are filled with an unnatural light and fixed on Rona. He reaches out to her, and what little life remained in her body departs. When he takes the amulet from around her neck, you feel her anguished soul trapped within it. The final contemptuous glance at the fallen Dalton, the man departs. Dalton sent me to find you. The soul pulses with warmth. It fills your mind with memories of a young man who's both bold and generous. But fury and despair gnaw those images away until all you can feel are cold, crimson walls pressing against you and something loathsome feeding off you as the years fade into decades. What do you want? You see an image of the amulet shattering and the soul inside rising and dissipating among the stars. Farewell. Okay, looks like we gotta bring it back. Voice from the past. Would likely bring him comfort. Okay, recovered an amulet. I doubt she's enjoyed being held prisoner for some years. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can actually take that amulet. Quest item. Okay, we're probably just going to have to actually bring it back to him. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. And fast. Let's just make sure we're not going to get tripped up on anything along the way. Oh boy. Yeah, so things are going great. It was a bit of a battle getting my son down to bed tonight, but sometimes these things happen. I usually have the sleep magic, but today my magic seemed to have fizzled. He's the most amazing little man ever. I've started doing reviews on Steam. The piddlywink stuff, but I figure it helps. It'll get me in the practice of actually starting to form up my thoughts on this. And I think the angle that I'm going to be going for is a dad who dads. So basically, can I play these games as a dad with other time commitments and everything of that sort? And I haven't seen too much in the way of reviews like that elsewhere. Give me one moment. Let me actually see where... I think he's over here. No, he's up here. So if that seems like something that would interest you, go ahead and let me know, and I'll happily start putting the stuff in the my reviews and descriptions of the relevant games, of course. Alrighty, let's talk to him, Dalton.
Gods keep you.
Dalton, his tired eyes brighten. Did you find her? He's an old man, by the way. That was in the episode that I wasn't able to record, but this is an old man. Yes, but not as you expected. The old man studies the amulet. Rona used to wear this. Where did you get it? From Helig, who's kept her soul trapped inside it for decades. It's time to set her free. Dalton's eyes widen in horror. No, please! After searching for her for so long. He gazes at the amulet. Just to have her close to me. To visit her in my dreams, that would be enough. Perhaps she found you now so that you could finally say goodbye. Dalton's expression withers. You're right. Please, let me do it. He draws a club with a trembling hand and crushes the amulet. As the gem cracks, you feel essence rush from it. The old man looks at the shattered gemstone. Thank you for showing me reason. Perhaps she'll wait for me in the next life. He looks at his hands, shaking. By the flame, she won't have to wait long. Please, take this. He hands you the club. It's from my old adventuring days. I think it's time I finally let them go. That's the right decision. It's not good to cling to something like that at the expense of somebody else. When it's somebody's time, it's somebody's time. Okay, 11 to 16. Let's actually see here. Fine Decker, 11 to 16. 11 to 16, Fine Hatchet. This is vicious and not just fine. Okay. Plus 5 accuracy, damage against prone, stunned, and flanked enemies. That is also very useful. So let's do that. Let's give her back her bow.
Hey there.
Now we're going off to the Gray and Goose, or the Goose and Gray, or whatever the thing's called, so we can see a man about a package, so to speak. Anyways. Oh, I cracked myself up. Oh. Hey, Moore. You asked me for one, and I said no, not until you're older and more responsible. Do you remember this conversation? Gordy's eyes are fixed on the ground in front of him. Yes, sir. And yet I find you out here playing with a blade that clearly belongs to the knights. Do you see the problem? I didn't steal it, honest. I traded a secret for it. He points at you. Ask him. Hamor turns to you. Is what my son says true? I could say this, but it's not really my place. I'm just going to say yes, it is. He's just a boy. Do you understand me? What were you thinking, getting him a blade like that? You stay away from him from now on. Come along, Gordy. I won't have you loitering out here all day. Oh, well. Perhaps I should have handled that differently. But, truth be told, a parent's got a parent, and I might not agree with everything, but as long as the parent isn't abusing their kid, then what the parent says goes. And as long as they're not putting anybody else in danger either. I mean, if I was that parent and I found some stranger giving my kid like a deadly weapon, that would be cause for concern. Okay, let's 1 second. Who do we need to see? At all costs, Gareth. There we go. Gareth. Hope you guys, if you guys are looking for a TV show to watch, it's been canceled, but if you can watch, I would strongly suggest watching Gallivant. And one of the characters is named Gareth. That made me giggle a little. Okay. A man skulks near the bar. He seems like he's trying to blend in with the wood paneling, and he watches the other patrons out of the corner of his eye. He gives you a quick nod as you approach. What do you do here? Me? I'm just minding my own business. Of course. You're standing by yourself in the corner of a tavern, and you're not drinking anything. Not suspicious at all. Gareth's nervous eyes dart around the room. Keep it down, will you? I really am here to do business, but it's the kind of thing that requires discretion. And unless a mutual friend has sent you to me, that's all I've got to say on the subject.
Gods keep you.
Okay, delivery. He glances around and snatches the pouch from you. Keep your voice down, will you? The Omanels have spies everywhere. He tucks the pouch away. You tell Veranzo this is the last time I'm buying from him. This is getting too dangerous for me. Did I just do something illegal? No? I don't think we've heard of the Dominels. What did the Dominels have to do with this? You have no idea, do you? Let's just say that the Dominels have exclusive rights to trade certain merchandise within the city. Verzano likes to make some extra coin from time to time by dealing in the same merchandise, undercutting the competition, he says. Tell me what was in the pouch. Bitter squash seeds. They interrupt pregnancies. Even though they're not exactly legal, many folk nowadays prefer them to the risk of hollowborn, or celibacy. He pulls a wry frown. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Now get out. Oh boy. Donna. A woman swaggers in, her polished boots thwacking the floor with slow, deliberate steps. A crooked sneer warps her smooth face. Gareth, I'm hurt. You promised to buy only from me. What's a girl to think? Gareth bows, his knees knocking together. Please, milady. I was just explaining that I don't do business with anyone else. Except this one last time, right? Dana crosses her arms and rocks back on her heels. There's always one more deal. Until you run out of credit, that is. Dana turns to you and regards you, looking you up and down. And just who are you? You don't exactly look like a seed dealer. Aloth glances at Gareth. I think that's a compliment. Well, we're going to stay silent. You've got pluck, but don't try to hold out on me. Especially not when I'm inclined to let you off the hook. Verzano put you up to this, didn't he? That old fool's on a sinking ship, and he's determined to drag anyone who gets close enough down with him. She eyes the trembling Gareth. Gareth here knew better, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In fact, I'll also give you the chance to get even with the imbecile who's been playing us both. She narrows her eyes. What do you say to killing Verzano? Tell me about the Dominels. I don't know whether to be relieved or insulted. We're one of the wealthiest merchant families in Defiance Bay. Let's just say, however, that some of our business practices are not officially sanctioned. Gareth groans and stifles a sob. I'll decide his fate when I talk to him again. You'd better make up your mind quickly, because we're going to pay him his dues one way or another. Just make sure you stay out of our way. Well, okay, we avoided a fight. And Gareth is gone away. Alrighty, let's actually go ahead to the Central District and let's see if we can see what we can see. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. I'm gonna check my alarm. Oh, right, so once we get into the Central District, then we'll call it an episode. But as a finishing thought, I actually might start doing some weekly streams. I've been doing a bit of research, and I've been trying to analyze how much time I have to devote for it. And I might be able to do something along the lines of maybe, say, Friday nights, maybe for an hour or so. maybe longer, maybe shorter, who knows. If you watch this episode and if you are of the mind to give me some feedback or approval one way or another, let me know what you think. Otherwise, a lot of this information will, of course, be found on my Twitter. A lot of it will depend on testing it. If it works out great, then sure, cool, awesome. I'm not a techie by any means, and or a tinkerer or a techie. So hopefully what I have as far as equipment goes and recording software, hopefully that'll work. But that brings us to the end of the episode. If you've enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button or give me some feedback if you prefer. Of course, if you enjoy my other work, then a subscription to the channel would also be most appreciated. As always, it's great to see you all here at the Fox, and I hope you come back next time and pull up a chair for some more Pillars of Eternity. Alrighty, you take care now. Bye.